What's up, guys, and welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology wise. This video, we're going to be diving into Apple's new release of the iPhone 16e. So, we're kind of interested in what this phone may have to offer, what's going on. I've heard a little bit of stuff about it, not too big, but without further ado, let's dive in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's get in it.
All right, Apple has unveiled its new budget-friendly smartphone. It's the iPhone 16e. It starts at about $600 and touts a new AI feature as well as strong battery power. But is that enough? For more on this, let's bring in Bridget Carey. She is the editor-at-large for CNET. Bridget, what do you think? What are some of the new features here, and is it really worth the cost? $600 is expensive for many.
Yeah, good morning. I know iPhone in February, and I remember the days when the top of the line iPhone was $600. So
Right.
times were changing. But what this is $200 less than the current like entry level iPhone 16. And Apple had to refresh the line. Their old budget phone didn't have AI. It had that old home button. I'm gonna miss that home button, right? But it has a lot of the features that kind of brings it up by having USB-C charging, have Face ID instead of the Touch ID, and the camera is much better. But what Apple's doing here is saying, okay, if you've been holding off on an iPhone 16 because of price, we, shaved a few things off to shave the price down to $200. I really think Apple is doing this to say, hey, we need to get more people on board with trying out Apple Intelligence. So if you're someone who just wants, a cheaper iPhone, here's an option for that.
And by now, the smartphone market is so saturated. I'm wondering who this is for, really. At $600, you could grab an Android device. It might be comparable. What are some of the competing phones that Apple is trying to edge out?
Yeah, of course, there are a lot of cheaper phones out there. And right now, Google's budget version of their phone is $500. So you can get, AI features on some other phones for $500. Apple's saying, you know what, we have something that's very close to our new iPhone 16 because
So, I think we get the gist of these phones now. Basically what Apple is doing, I don't even know anybody personally, and I'm saying personally, who buys Apple's budget phones. Obviously this is a well needed upgraded version of one because they had Touch ID on the last one, and they had to upgrade it to the new standard, with the USB-C, the AI, new buttons and everything like that. But it's their budget version, so it's a lot of stuff held back in it. And for me personally, I don't upgrade my phone for like 5 years for Apple. Apple comes out with so many new phones, yo. Until that thing explodes, I really don't want another one unless something is prohibiting the production of my phone in some way. I don't want another phone at all. I just don't. And I don't want it. So when I sit here and I'm like thinking of who gets these budget phones, I wonder who's really getting these Apple budget phones and things. And maybe that's more of a privileged take or whatnot, but I I haven't had one since I was a kid. Maybe the parents are getting them for their kids or something like that, maybe. But the budget phones back then were very different because phones were compared to now. When I was in middle school, the iPhone 3, but it was only a couple $100. I'm sure it was not that much like compared to now times, it was not that much as compared to what phones are now. And I guess Google's budget phone has Gemini on it. So they're like, "Oh, it's comparable in a sense." Apple's AI, it's okay. Um it has a lot of work to still go off of. Apple should have went into their own space, but we all know they don't spend money on R&D. Hopefully it's all going towards the Vision Pro because that's the most recent thing that they need to work on in my opinion as well. But that's interesting. I think it's a smart move because they had to do it, especially how old the budget phone was before, and they need to just be able to bring lower income people or whoever the market is for these budget phones into their sphere, and like some of those people probably need it. I don't know what the last budget phone was called. If I was doing this channel back then I probably would. But it probably somewhere around the 10 or 11 that had what is they're going off of, and now this is upgraded to the 16. So it kind of goes with scale on what you're looking for. $600. It's $100 increase from what they had before. Um, I guess maybe it's more than $100 increase actually than what they had before, and it's basically to incorporate AI in the new structure. So I definitely know Apple products are scaled crazy when it comes to price. It makes no sense. I don't think any of these phones should cost this much, and especially when we're at times when phone costs should be cheaper. I know these phone cost margins are extremely inflated. It doesn't even make sense. So the budget phone could definitely be way less than it already is, especially how popular phone communication is and things like that. They could have saved more price on it. I think 600 is pretty steep. Uh, in general, especially what the old one was in comparative, and just for them to get a few other features that probably won't work as well, especially the AI features might not work as well either in this new phone. Who knows? I could be wrong. I haven't tested it out, but that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it all. I thank you guys for joining this amazing community that we are building here. Also, if you want to request any videos for me to go over and react to, click the click the go to the email down in the description down below. It's devtalkspod@gmail.com. I go through there. I'm gonna react to as much content as possible. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video that pops up right about now. Peace. See y'all next time.